We were considered by the state as a low-performing school. So we were searching out ways to incorporate STEM and help our students enjoy science. They need to be innovative in the way they approach learning. That's what a computer science curriculum affords the students of Frederick Douglass.
High five, high five.
Naturally, you always are going to have some pushback with anything that's new.
At first, when we heard about it, it was like, oh my God, oh my God. But once they showed us how it ran, and once we were able to do it, it was like, okay, this is fun.
When we first started, our test scores were in the 35th percentile. And I am happy to say that 4 years later, our students scored in the 90th percentile.
Gone are the days of just the pencil and paper learning. Change is inevitable.
They're not just learning how to code, they're not just learning how to use computers, they're also learning problem skills, they're learning teamwork, they're learning to collaborate, which is what everybody needs when they work in any job. This is not something that's difficult. Any teacher out there could teach computer science.
It all can start with one teacher, with one small school, with one community. You don't have to be rich. You just have to have that right mindset that you can do it. You too can be a champion.
Please welcome Executive Vice President, Cloud and AI, Scott Guthrie.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Build. We have some really great content this morning, as well as some awesome demos and announcements to share. And we now live in a world that runs on software, a world where code drives the experiences we interact with on a day-to-day basis, not just in our phones or on the web, but with everything. Our cars, our houses, and our work environments now run pretty much entirely on software. And this is what makes it such a great time to be a developer and to be able to build apps and solutions that can have an amazing impact on people's lives. You know, our goal at Microsoft is to provide developers with the platforms and tools that'll make you incredibly successful. It's a mission that we've had since the very start of the company. And in this keynote, we're going to go walk through and demo our latest development tools and cloud platform innovations that enable developer success. Microsoft has everything you need for creating the next generation of software applications. Whether you're a .NET developer building a web app, or a Node.js or Python or Java developer on a Mac doing the same, whether you're a C# developer using Xamarin to target Android or iOS devices, or a Python developer using Vim to create a custom analytics solution hosted in a Linux VM. You know, Azure supports your tools, your languages, and your apps, and every developer is welcome. And over the last few years, we've seen developers really across the globe build and deploy some truly amazing solutions using Azure. Over 95% of the world's largest companies are now running their businesses using Azure today. And many of our customers will share their stories in my keynote and also in sessions throughout this week about how Azure is helping them drive their business success. And we're not just focused on helping large businesses take advantage of Azure. We're also working with thousands of software vendors to help them build cloud solutions on Azure as well, and then take those solutions and sell them to enterprises and businesses around the world. One of the unique programs that Microsoft offers is our Partner Co-Sell program. The Microsoft Partner Co-Sell program is specifically designed for our partners who build on Azure, Dynamics 365 or the Power Platform, and help them grow their businesses in the enterprise. And through this program, you know, we don't just provide a cloud platform, but software vendors can also then tap into the Microsoft Salesforce, which is the largest enterprise sales force in the world. And our Microsoft sellers now get quota relief every time one of your apps gets sold into their accounts. And today we're expanding our sales incentives to also extend to our channel partners when they resell solutions that you build on Azure or Dynamics 365 as well. And this really incents tens of thousands of Microsoft salespeople and hundreds of thousands of channel partners to work on your behalf to help you close sales and grow your business. This is something that no other cloud vendor provides. And our Microsoft sellers have successfully engaged in tens of thousands of partner solution opportunities over the last year. And in the last 12 months alone, Microsoft has helped our partners generate $5 billion of their revenue through the Azure co-sell program. UiPath is a great startup built on Azure and who's taking advantage of this co-sell program to drive their success. In fact, UiPath just last week announced their Series D funding round, which puts them at a $7 billion valuation, making them the most valuable RPA startup on the planet. Let's hear from them.
This is a very exciting time for us at UiPath. Working with Microsoft has been a fantastic ride. UiPath is a leader in AI and automation. We are one of the fastest growing enterprise software companies on the planet. We have gone from 8 million in revenue to 200 million plus in revenue in the last 24 months. UiPath made a strategic bet to partner with Microsoft on Azure and AI cognitive services, leveraging those technologies along with IP co-sell. We have accelerated our business. The IP co-sell is a program that Microsoft offers, where we and Microsoft will do joint account planning to see what customers' needs are and solve those needs. The Microsoft seller and the UiPath seller are aligned to help close a UiPath sale. It's a game-changing way of approaching go-to-market. UiPath has 200 registered deals in the IP co-sell program. That's about a 4x increase over the last several months. We have closed 6 deals in the last month. We have seen an increase in total contract value via the IP co-sell program. Microsoft and UiPath working together is a truly win-win scenario.
Now, UiPath is one of only many partners that have had this type of success. And our partners range from small startups to large established software vendors. And if you're a software vendor, we'd love to partner with you as well. Now, this morning, Satya talked about the intelligent edge and the intelligent cloud, and how this new app pattern is creating incredible new opportunities for developers to build amazing solutions. One of the hallmarks of Azure, really from its inception, has been its comprehensive hybrid cloud support. We have a platform that includes all of the components you need to build applications that span multiple computing environments. This includes the ability to run your applications in on-premises data centers and on edge devices integrated with both our cloud and, in fact, even other cloud environments. And this comprehensive hybrid capability extends across all of our developer tooling and DevOps support, our Azure Active Directory identity offering, our operating systems and application platforms, our data platform, our AI platform, and our security and management offerings that provide you with a single control plane across your hybrid environments. We even now offer unique services for running your VMware, SAP, and NetApp systems in a hybrid way with Azure. And no other cloud vendor offers this comprehensive hybrid support. And throughout this keynote, I'm going to go deeper into the amazing hybrid applications that you can build today with Microsoft Azure. And let's start by taking a deeper look at what we're doing for developer tools and DevOps. Now, our mission with Visual Studio is to provide best-in-class tools for every developer. And with Visual Studio and Visual Studio for Mac, we enable those developers who want full IDEs. And with Visual Studio Code, we support developers who want a lightweight code-optimized editor. And we're seeing Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code usage growing significantly in pretty much every developer community out there. Stack Overflow recently completed a survey taken by over 90,000 developers that use the Stack Overflow site. And Stack Overflow site is used by many, many different development communities. And Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio continue to be the #1 and #2 development tools used across the entire set of developer communities on Stack Overflow. We recently shipped Visual Studio 2019, in addition to a bunch of great new capabilities in VS Code. And what I'd like to do is invite Scott Hanselman on stage to highlight some of the new capabilities these tools support and some of the great things you can do with them. Please welcome Scott.
Thank you. Hey, friends. I came here to give you a demo that I prepared for, and it is broken. It is not doing what I want it to do. When I push start streaming here, That's not me. Why don't we switch that up to my screen? Number 1. Screen number 1. Oh, we'll wait, don't worry. This is the screen switcher is running a competitive language, so. My friends in the back, I am giving a demo on screen number 1 right now. Hi. Could you add some value?
I would like to add some value. This is becoming a habit.
I'm about to flip this screen around.
I'm going to hold the screen up.
If you could just hold it like that,
Yeah.
and then they could zoom in on
Yeah.
that would be great. So that this laptop says 1.
I think they said they're working on it backstage.
I pushed this number here that said 1.
Yeah.
Does someone need to push that button that has a qualification I don't have? Because this could be a hardware problem for all I know.
I think it's definitely a hardware problem.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is that this
Most
screen
bugs
switcher
are.
isn't running the intelligent edge. This is just
Yeah.
just a regular screen.
We don't get to the intelligent edge until a little bit later in the
little
keynote.
later in the show.
And then we'll swap it out. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we're gonna do what's called stretching.
Yeah.
And then, is that my stuff right there? All right.
All right.
Big hand for our friends in the back. Thank you very much for fixing that. Hi, friends. I've got this demo I want to show you, and it's broken in more ways than one. We're going to go ahead and hit start streaming, and I was going to try to show you my webcam, and it's not really working, so I figured we would fix it as a group. Right? We'll all go into Visual Studio 2019 together, and we will fix this bug ourselves. So I fire up Visual Studio, and you see the new start window. It's really cool because I can actually click on clone and then paste in a Git URL and immediately get to my code. So I fire up VS, paste in my Git URL, hit enter, and I'm in my code right away. I've got my recent applications that I'm running, or I can even open up a local folder and start working right away. It gets me to my code faster than ever. Now, the code that I'm going to be working on here is this stream manager, and I think that it's got a couple of problems, not the least of which is Jonathan Carter has been spreading his radical spaces versus tabs religion here, and it's been tearing the team apart. So what we've done is we've created an editor config so that the team can focus on what's important and not style issues. And that editor config has got a number of different things around style, not just tabs and spaces, which is fun, but also, do we want to keep unused using statements? Do we want to use this or not? I can actually come down here in the corner and see that the document health indicator is showing me that there's a few problems with this application, and I can say, well, this can be simplified, and well, that could be removed. So I can go ahead and just do a one-click code cleanup, and then I'll just hide the white space from my eyes so I can just pretend that it's okay. And then I can see, of course, live unit testing is just always there watching and just chef's kiss, making sure that everything is going to be okay for me. So I'm going to go here and look, looks like list streams creates a list and then returns that empty list. That is not okay. I need to put something in that list. I'm going to go ahead and say stream list, and when I hit dot, you'll notice that it pops up IntelliSense, but not just IntelliSense, it's IntelliCode. Those top 5 items are coming from our AI-trained IntelliSense engine. The IntelliCode engine has looked at all these open source projects on GitHub. It knows how lists of strings are used, and those are the most common, most popular things. And the AI system has given them to me at the top because it's likely that I want to add something. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add, and then I'm going to say to that add, maybe I'll say item dot, and I get some other different kind of an answer. If I say if stream list dot, now that stream list is inside of an if statement, so it's inside of a scope, so I'll get count or contains, not add, because it makes more sense. Now what I'm actually going to do is say for each tab, and I'm going to say for each stream and streams, and then we'll say stream list dot add, and then now I've got item inside of the add. It suggests key. Look, even the parameter is being identified as being something that IntelliCode is saying this is probably the thing that you're going to want to do, picking the item, and then I'll say item dot key, and then we'll do that. And it looks great. So now I fixed my code, and I'm a superhero. I'm the best programmer ever. No, I'm not. A live unit test says that I suck. Hang on a second. Go back here. No, the test failed. I'm going to click on that. Test isn't behaving as expected. I don't want to bring build break donuts. Apparently, this is non-inclusive behavior. I'm diabetic. I cannot eat donuts, but I can eat tacos. So we're going to have, if you break the build, you bring in tacos. But the problem is that someone just hard-coded that list streams 0 to make the build succeed, or make the test succeed. There you go. I just changed that to 1, and you'll notice that instantly live unit testing, without even saving the file, automatically told me that everything is okay. So now we get to see me be a hero as I run the thing, and I go and start streaming. Let localhost use your webcam. ASCII webcam. So now, I'm going to put you in the picture. I'm going to swap the camera because I'm a superstar. Crap. All right, so that did not work. I am going to call Amanda to help me. I'm going to go and invite her to a live share session because I want to find someone who actually knows what they're doing. And now Amanda is elsewhere. Hello,
Hey.
Amanda.
Hey, Scott. So once Scott invites me to this session, all I have to do is just click accept. And what that does is it actually starts up a new instance of Visual Studio Code, which is my preferred developer environment. And as you can see, as soon as I get into his session, this is all being hosted on Scott's machine. So even though I actually don't do very much C# development on this machine, I'm running on a Mac, he's running on Windows, I can actually see all of his solution context, all of the files and folders that are in his solution, and I can even get colorization on C# files, even though I don't necessarily run C# on my machine. So I can see your machine now, Scott. What's the problem?
Well, the problem isn't the C#. I've got that part handled, but if you follow me, I'm going to go over to the JavaScript, where the problem probably is, in site.js.
Okay, so what's going on here? Like, what's
Well,
the problem?
problem is that this is JavaScript.
Uh-huh.
And I think there's a problem between here and here. Kind of in this general area, I am unable to solve that problem.
Okay.
If you could, I don't know JavaScript, could you please help me? The swap feature is not working.
Okay, so you were saying swap. So I'm just going to unpin from you so I can actually go ahead and look around a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to follow you.
I'm going to search for swap here. And that's just a declaration, another declaration, another declaration. Here we go. Okay, so this is where the function's defined.
Yep.
So it's always easier for me if I actually can just debug through the program. So I'm just going to set a breakpoint here.
Cool.
And then I'm going to hit F5 and run it.
Wait a second, you are hitting F5.
Yeah.
I am not doing anything.
Yeah, so one of the really cool things about LiveShare is I can actually launch the debug session even though I'm a guest in the session and it's actually being hosted on your machine. And what's happening here is it's actually launching on your machine and I can actually see what's going on.
The debug session is coming from inside the house. What is happening? Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, I actually, whoa, okay.
Okay, so when I hit swap.
Yeah, so you can see that we're actually both hitting a breakpoint now. And even though I'm in Visual Studio Code on the Mac, I'm actually connected to the same debug session that you're on. And I can go ahead and inspect some variables, look at this. I could add a watch, for example, and add something like facing mode. And you can see I can add a user. I can look at the call stack, other things like that. I can even go ahead and move the cursor down one, the debug cursor. And yep, I can see the problem here. So let me just remove this breakpoint.
Okay.
And it's a typo, Scott. It's a rookie mistake.
Awkward. Thank you for that gift.
So I think if you just go ahead and continue,
Okay.
it should now work.
Now, how are you on my local host, though?
Yeah, so whenever I'm connecting to your hosted developer environment, the local host is actually shared with my browser. So I'm actually in my browser hitting the same local host that you're hitting.
Crazy. Okay, wow. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to hit then swap camera. Oops, hang on. I need to refresh because we're using JavaScript here, right? Refresh. My bad. Those are the people in ASCII.
Yeah, you guys got to put up your hands. Woo, woo.
That's amazing. I'm very excited about that. I apologize for calling you for a typo. So my forgiveness. I'm going to go ahead and just check that in. Straight to production.
Nope. I don't think that's a good idea, Scott. We have this rule on our team that you always have to check in unit tests whenever you want to do a check-in of new code.
I have heard that is a rule, but I thought it was more of a guideline for the week.
Yeah, no. It's actually a hard and fast rule. So, sorry.
But I don't have a laptop. I'm just going to take my iPad over to the thing. I'm going to watch the new Beyonce Homecoming documentary.
I kind of thought you were going to say that, so I actually set something up for you, which is a hosted developer environment inside of Azure. And I'm just going to send this to you.
Okay, this is my iPad. I'm on Teams here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and tap on that.
Yeah. So what you'll see here is that you can actually connect to a hosted developer environment inside of Azure, and you're using an iPad Pro, right? So this is actually using a browser to connect to that hosted developer environment.
Beyonce and unit testing? My two favorite things.
Yeah, with Visual Studio Online, you can now use the browser to connect to that hosted developer environment in Azure. And even you can connect to that same developer environment using Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio.
Rock on. I will go and work on those unit tests right away. Thank you very much for the free iPad.
Awesome. Good luck. Thanks.
Thanks, Amanda and Scott. So you saw a couple of cool new features in that demo. One is IntelliCode, which we're releasing in general availability today, that gives you AI in your IntelliSense and makes your code editing experience a lot richer. A lot of improvements in Visual Studio, including the new environment capabilities, the new live unit testing improvements, dramatically improved performance, and then the live share capability, where you can basically share across machines, share across environments, and really take collaborative development to the next level. And then what you saw at the end of that demo was a first look at Visual Studio Online, which is our new web-based companion of Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. With Visual Studio Online, developers can use any device that has a web browser to open, edit, and debug code stored remotely, including from a hosted GitHub repository or any other location. And it supports both Visual Studio Code workspaces and Visual Studio projects. And it provides all the editing features and customizations that you'd expect, like IntelliSense, like Git support, and extensions. Now, 6 months ago, Microsoft completed the acquisition of GitHub. GitHub is at the heart of the open source community and will always be an open platform that supports all developers and platforms. In fact, GitHub today is the largest developer community on the planet, with over 36 million developers from every country on Earth. And GitHub is growing faster than ever before, with over 8 million new developers joining GitHub over the last 6 months alone. Collaboration is at the heart of GitHub. And in the last year, developers have made over 1 billion contributions to the open source projects and private repos that are hosted on GitHub. And over the last 6 months, the GitHub team shipped over 100 new experiences and workflow improvements. And it's been great to see the community response to these new capabilities along with some of these new offerings. Some of the highlights include free unlimited private repos, GitHub Actions to serverlessly streamline your development workflows, and Visual Studio Code integration with GitHub pull requests, making it easier to review source code where it's been written directly inside your development tool and editor. And we're just getting started, and we're going to continue to listen and respond to feedback from the community. And we'll announce several new innovations today, and even more later this month at the GitHub Satellite event. Now, the combination of GitHub and Azure DevOps together provide an end-to-end experience for development teams to easily collaborate, build, and release code to any environment, such as, for example, a Kubernetes cluster that's running on Azure, or maybe on premises, or even another public cloud provider. Azure DevOps includes a cloud-hosted CI/CD service called Azure Pipelines. That's great for any type of application, any platform, and any language. Today, we're excited to announce a number of new improvements to Azure Pipelines, including support for both CI and CD definitions inside a YAML file to enable developers and DevOps professionals to improve the automation for your CI/CD workflows. Azure Pipelines now makes it incredibly easy to automate routine tasks and set up multiple deployment workflows to any Kubernetes cluster with only a few clicks. And with Azure Pipelines, you can deploy, again, to any Kubernetes environment, whether that's on premises, whether it's running inside Azure using our AKS offering, or to any other cloud provider. And to show you how easy it is to take GitHub and Azure DevOps and use them together to automate these types of tasks, I'd like to invite Donovan Brown on stage. Here's Donovan.
Thanks, Scott, and good morning, everyone. Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Perfect. Let's imagine we're all a team, and we've just deployed our first containerized application. We're comfortable with the techniques. We know the difference between an image and a container. We know how to build them, and we know how to run them. But then our manager comes running into our office and says, we need to be using an orchestrator, and I want you to evaluate two of them for me. Something called Kubernetes, and the other one is called K8. Tell me which one is better. So instead of telling our manager they're the same thing, let's just run back into their office and say, we're going to choose Kubernetes because it's the best of the two. And these are going to say, yeah, that's what I thought. Right? But now the real work begins. How do we actually run our images inside Kubernetes? How do we even get started? Because our code is in GitHub, I'd recommend that we start in the marketplace. In the marketplace, we're going to find Azure Pipelines. Azure Pipelines happens to be the exact same CI/CD system JUnit just adopted to do all their builds inside of GitHub as well. This is going to give you access to macOS, Windows, and Linux. Unlimited build minutes and 10 concurrent pipelines. As Nat Friedman, the CEO of GitHub, likes to say, it is the single most generous open source CI/CD offering on planet Earth. Once we have it wired together, we have access to all of our repositories right here inside of Pipelines. When I select one of them, it starts to analyze it, determines what language we're programming in, finds any Docker files, and then recommends to me different templates. One of them is to deploy to Kubernetes. When I select this, I now get to choose what subscription I want to use. I get to choose what cluster I want to target. I even get to choose what namespace I want to run my pods in. And then finally, I get to choose my registry. This is a secure private registry. But we're going to automatically create a pull secret inside of the cluster so that we can authenticate and pull from there anywhere in the world, on-prem or in the cloud. When I go ahead and validate this, this is when the magic starts to happen. Pipelines is actually going to create a YAML file that defines our entire process. We're going to be able to store this YAML file inside of source control, so if we ever need to change it, it'll be protected by a pull request. Whenever I demo YAML, I have a hard time making it cool. What am I supposed to say? Ooh, look at that indenting, right? It's just a text file. But this is actually a cool file. If I scroll down here and I actually collapse this, you'll notice underneath the build stage is a deploy stage. As Scott just said, this is unified CI and CD in a single YAML file. But wait, there's more. Now over here, you realize that I now not only have a build YAML and a pipeline, but I also have the deployment and the services so that I know how to deploy automatically inside of Kubernetes. I didn't have to learn kubectl commands. I didn't have to learn Helm commands. I didn't have to learn crazy happy unicorn commands. Okay, hold on. I made up the last one, so stop searching for it on your phone, right? There is no such thing, but I didn't have to worry about that stuff, right? I worried about my app, and I let Microsoft take care of all the rest. When I run this pipeline, what I'm going to get out of the end is this beautiful summary page. This summary shows me that there was actually a build stage and also a deploy stage. Now what happens next? We want to deploy to multiple clusters, and now we have to modify that YAML that we just put into source control. I was going to do a show of hands of how many people like to edit YAML, but since I know the answer is nobody likes to edit YAML, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to share with you this really cool experience that we've added. You can now edit your YAML visually. Here on the left-hand side, I have something called a task assistant. If I come in here and I type Kubernetes, for example, it shows me all the different tasks inside of our library. I can scroll down to the section of my file that I want to modify. I can come over here and go ahead and place my cursor here. And now I can select the task that I want. Here I'm now presented a form. I can say I want to go to OpenShift on-prem. I'd like to do a canary deployment. And when I click on add, that snippet is added to my YAML automatically. I don't have to remember how many tabs or spaces there are. All I do is visually build this. This means that scaling it out is going to be much easier now when I want to add additional clusters. I will have a release that looks something like this. You can see that I've actually deployed to OpenShift on-prem, AWS and Azure in the cloud. We have actually made getting started easier. We have made building your CI/CD pipeline easier. We have made editing your YAML easier. And we've even made it easier to deploy to any Kubernetes cluster you want, on-prem or in the cloud, ours or someone else's. But let's do this for ourselves. Let's not tell our manager. We want it to seem hard sometimes, right? So they think that we're valuable. So why don't we just switch over to a command line? Managers are terrified of the command line. Everything that I just showed you in the UI, you can actually do that in the command line. For example, I can list all of our pipelines using the AZ CLI. I can even show you the details of a particular pipeline right here from the command line. If your manager is still in your office, run this command. This is actually going to output it in JSON. You are going to have a manager-sized hole in your wall when this finishes running, right? As you can see, here at Microsoft, we are continuing to lower the barrier of entry so that you can run your workloads in a Kubernetes cluster anywhere in the world, on-prem or in the cloud. All we ask of you is a package with a Docker file in it. Before I leave, I need you to do me one favor. I get the privilege to get on stage and show you this amazing tech, but there's an army of engineers at Microsoft that actually write this tech. Can we please have a huge round of applause for those engineers? Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, Donovan. The great thing about GitHub is that it's loved by developers and used to manage, literally hundreds of millions of personal and open source projects. And it's also used by enterprises to deliver a secure, collaborative, trusted development environment for projects at very large scale. And we're seeing customers of all sizes adopting GitHub and Azure DevOps. CPython is a community project developed in the open on GitHub. And the Python project also now uses Azure pipelines to run their CI and test their pull requests, all on supported configurations, including Windows, Linux, and Mac. Shell is a company that relies very heavily on software and has more than 2,800 developers working on projects. And Shell's now also a large customer of Azure DevOps and GitHub, and use these services to build and deploy their code and their infrastructure, including both applications and now AI models, to both Azure as well as their on-premise data center environments. Today I'm excited to announce several great enhancements for GitHub as well. Historically, integrating enterprise-grade security has required a lot of heavy lifting on GitHub. And we're now making this easy by enabling seamless identity sign-on using Azure Active Directory. A GitHub administrator can now enable this for all users in an enterprise or organization in literally just a few minutes. Azure Active Directory is the most widely adopted identity and security system in the enterprise, with more than 200 million enterprise users using it today. And all of these 200 million users can now securely use GitHub. Now, we know there's also a lot of developers out there that have GitHub personal accounts and who don't have a Microsoft identity. Later this week, you're going to be able to now sign into Azure using your existing GitHub account. When you go to the login page in Azure, just click the GitHub icon on the login page. And this integration makes it really easy for developers to go from code to the cloud easier than ever before. And in addition to making identity and sign-on easier and more secure, we're also making it easier to purchase GitHub Enterprise. Today, we're announcing an even more cost-effective way for our customers to purchase Visual Studio subscriptions and GitHub Enterprise together at one low price. This enables you to save money when you're taking advantage of both offerings. Now let's turn from tools and DevOps to building cloud-native applications. Now, Azure provides a broad range of services and solutions that enable you to build applications. This includes infrastructure capabilities like virtual machines that you can use to host any existing code or application. Azure also includes a really powerful set of highly engineered services that enable you to build, deploy, and scale your apps even faster. And these services include built-in high availability and automatically handle security patching and updates. And together, these services enable you to adopt containerized serverless-based computing architectures for both your new applications as well as when you're modernizing existing apps that you already have. Our Azure serverless compute offerings include Azure App Service, which is ideal for hosting web and mobile apps. Our Azure Function Service, which is designed for event-driven scenarios. And our Azure Kubernetes Service, which provides a fully managed container orchestration offering. Now, Azure App Service is one of our most popular services on Azure and hosts more than 2 million active applications today. And today we're releasing some great new capabilities for it. You can now take advantage, for example, of a new perpetual free tier so that you can build Linux-based web apps at no cost. We're also providing virtual network support to the standard Azure App Service on Linux offering. This means you no longer need to buy a special app service environment. You can just use virtual networks now for both Windows and Linux across all of the different app service tiers. We're also releasing some great new capabilities to our Azure Functions offering. Azure Functions now allow you to define serverless APIs using Azure API Management built in. It also now has a premium plan for hosting serverless function apps, which provide pre-warm startup instances to run your app with zero-code startup. And it also now includes the ability to create functions not just with .NET, Node, Python, and Java, which we've supported before, but also now PowerShell going forward as a language. We're also releasing some major new enhancements to our Azure Kubernetes service. Our Azure Kubernetes service provides a fully managed Kubernetes service with auto-patching, auto-scaling, and auto-updates. And we're seeing that Kubernetes adoption on Azure continues to grow rapidly. And AKS is now our fastest growing Azure compute service. 6 months ago, we announced our new virtual node support within AKS. Virtual nodes now allow developers to elastically provision additional nodes to their Kubernetes clusters in just seconds in response to, say, a spike in compute need. With just a few clicks in the portal, users can turn on this virtual node support and get the flexibility and portability of a serverless container experience inside an AKS environment. What's cool is this feature is powered by the open source virtual kubelet technology that Microsoft originally built, but which we then donated to the Cloud Native Computing Foundation several months ago. Another Kubernetes project that we're jointly developing together and contributing to the open source community with Red Hat is a new project called Kata that supports the deployment of serverless event-driven containers on top of Kubernetes clusters as well. And Kata can be used in any Kubernetes environment, including any public cloud or on-premise environments. That includes, obviously, Azure Kubernetes Service, as well as Red Hat OpenShift. Kata has support for built-in triggers to respond to events happening in other services or components running inside the cloud. And any Kubernetes workload that requires scaling based on events instead of traditional CPU or memory scaling can leverage this capability. Kata also now enables Azure Functions to be deployed as a container on any Kubernetes cluster hosted in AKS or on premises or, again, any other cloud provider. So lots and lots of great capabilities you can take advantage of, and we're really excited to talk about today. Now, ASOS is one of our many customers that are building and running cloud-native solutions at massive scale using our Azure Kubernetes service on Azure. Let's watch a video to learn more about ASOS as a company, and then Bob Strudwick, the CTO of ASOS, will come on stage and talk to us more about ASOS's journey to Azure. Let's watch the video.
ASOS wants to be the #1 fashion destination for 20-somethings around the world. We don't have shops. People know about ASOS from the internet. If we have 1 minute where that digital platform is out, we're not serving our customers.
Because ASOS offers such a wide variety of products, 87,000 at any one time with 5,000 new ones added each week, we've invested heavily in the recommendations platform we need to help our 18 million active customers discover the things they love. Azure has delivered as a rock-solid platform to create an ever more compelling consumer experience.
Hi, good morning everyone. I would just like to inform the people at the back that thank you. So thank you everyone and good morning. My name is Bob Strudwick. I'm Chief Technology Officer at ASOS.com, and I'll be talking to you a little about how Azure has been a key part of the transformation of our enterprise software stack. We took a couple of big decisions early to adopt a microservice architecture and to target Azure Platform as a Service as a hosting environment. The 70 or so logical services that support our customer journeys, product, search, bag, payment option, and so on, are independently deployable units of code, minimizing dependency, allowing independent scaling, and resilience management for every service. And the Azure Platform as a Service model allows us to focus on designing software, leaving behind the infrastructure maintenance, the database backups, and all those things that don't contribute to delivering the best customer experience. The services you see here went into production in time for Black Friday 2016, using the Azure Cloud Service Application Model, backed by SQL Azure, Azure Redis, Azure Service Bus. But we've made extensive use of Cosmos DB, for example, in product recommendations, where Cosmos provides the bridge between the process-intensive offline machine learning and high availability online capability. And it's the single-digit millisecond read and write latencies offered by Cosmos that is what we're after here. This is a polyglot world in which the underlying services are developed in .NET, but are presented through responsive React Node Web, native iOS, and Android applications to deliver the most personalized customer experience. In achieving it, we've tried to take a principled approach to technology selection, but to be practical too. We've developed a really meaningful partnership with Microsoft, and they helped us design, build, and test the simplest possible geo-distribution model with the monitoring, alerting, insight to manage systems under duress. Fast forward 2 years, and we've taken the decisive next step in our Azure journey. Container technology allows us the potential to transform our microservice architecture, giving us faster service deploy times, greater fault tolerance, tighter security, and better service density, helping us to manage Azure costs as we scale. We've standardized on Docker for building our container images and Azure Kubernetes Service for orchestration. So now new software such as the saved item service highlighted in this slide, they're built using the new stack and will migrate existing high traffic services to the new technology over the next couple of years. As our compute technology choices have evolved, so has our DevOps approach and tooling. At the start of our cloud journey in 2016, we made 500 software releases that year. This year we'll make 5,000, rolling out Azure DevOps across the enterprise, handling that transition from continuous integration to continuous deployment. Like any partnership, you have to work at it. And like all early adopters, you take the rough with the smooth. But the results speak for themselves. Azure has performed phenomenally well for us on normal trading days and Black Fridays, rock solid availability, services delivering thousands of requests a second, response times of an average of 48 milliseconds. And we look forward to working with Microsoft for many years to come. I'll pass you back to Scott now. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks so much, Bob. So we talked earlier about Azure's comprehensive hybrid capabilities and how they enable you to build applications and solutions that can literally run anywhere. And over the last few years, there's been a lot of focus on applications that run in a hybrid way between, say, a public cloud provider and an on-premises data center. Increasingly, though, now we're also seeing the applications and this hybrid pattern be extended to run not just in data centers, but also on a wide variety of edge devices. And these edge devices span from powerful server racks that provide effectively a mini data center that can be embedded anywhere, including locations like retail stores and manufacturing facilities. These edge devices can also scale down to support small, low-power microcontroller scenarios, such as a car or even a thermostat controller. And Microsoft's now delivering a range of these edge devices where we can provide unique value. This includes Azure Stack, our Azure Data Box, and Azure Sphere. And we also have unique devices for AI, like the Azure Kinect depth sensing camera, as well as HoloLens, which is the premier headset for mixed reality. And these devices and more are all available for you to check out on the expo floor throughout Build this week. What I want to do is invite Natalia, who leads our Azure Stack team, to show you a few of these demos directly from the show floor right now. Let's go over to Natalia.
Thanks, Scott. I'm on the show floor where you can see the full spectrum of Azure's Intelligent Edge portfolio. Let's start with the Azure Stack family. Azure Stack is an integrated system that includes an Azure consistent cloud control plane. It brings Azure services such as serverless computing with Azure Functions and Azure Kubernetes Engine to the edge where data is being generated. It can run in fully disconnected scenarios, literally air gap from the public network. Our newest offerings, Azure Stack HCI solutions, can run virtual machines on premises and connect to Azure for cloud services such as backup. Here's DataBox Edge, which just became generally available in March, an AI-enabled computing device that also provides secure online transfer of data to Azure. With its FPGA cards, you can get high-speed ML pre-processing and inferencing at the edge. And DataBox Edge is available directly as an Azure service from Microsoft. All the hardware and cloud services are included. No initial CapEx expenditure required. Now, Microsoft has thousands of IoT devices available. IoT Edge can run on devices as small as this Raspberry Pi device. All of these devices can run code deployed from Azure. Now, security is foundational. So this includes Azure Sphere, a secure microcontroller unit for literally about $1. Now, in addition to having generalized devices for running code, we also have devices that are purpose-built for managing data. The DataBox family allows you to move data to Azure when network transfer isn't an option. DataBox Disk, our 8 terabyte SSD, allows for small-scale data transfer. It comes in packs of 5 for up to 40 terabytes. Just copy data to the disks and ship them back to us. The ruggedized DataBox allows me to locally ingest up to 100 terabytes of data and ship the data to an Azure region. Now, DataBox Heavy in preview is a 650-pound beast that allows for petabyte transfer to an Azure region. Finally, we have investments in mixed reality and AI, included devices for custom vision processing. Here's Azure Connect, a developer kit for IoT-based devices to use computer vision and speech models based on the Sphere ecosystem. Now, lastly, here's HoloLens 2, far more comfortable to wear for extended periods of time, with a larger display and instinctual interaction model, so you can easily interact with holograms in a natural way. As you can see, we have hardware solutions from compute to storage, all the way to AI and mixed reality devices. Come check us out on the show floor. Back to you, Scott.
Great. Thanks, Natalia. Well, Microsoft builds some great edge devices, and you saw some of them there that you can check out on the show floor. The range and diversity of edge devices that you're going to want to take advantage of is massive. And the great thing about the Azure ecosystem is it has all of them. We've been working across the Azure ecosystem for several years and now have literally thousands of devices that have been tested and certified to work with Azure and with our Azure IoT services. And for developers that are building IoT solutions, this provides you with a wide range of purpose-built devices that you can choose from, while giving you the confidence that they'll work seamlessly with your Azure solution and have end-to-end management and security built in. Now, one of the most impressive of these devices comes in the shape of a car. In fact, the ultimate driving machine. We've been partnering with BMW for several years now. They've used Azure to develop their connected car experience, including their mobile driver app. BMW also uses Azure to support their manufacturing processes. And to tell you more about BMW's journey to Azure, I'd like to welcome Guy Duncan on stage. Guy is the Vice President of Operations, Digital Products, and Services at BMW Group. Please welcome Guy.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Scott. At BMW, we have a long partnership with Microsoft, and we see the value of Azure in many areas of our business. We started this journey back in 2016 with Microsoft, and we've been growing our partnership. Initially, BMW came together with Microsoft to deliver those great experiences using Azure services as our foundation for the Open Mobility Cloud, the OMC, and our BMW Connected Car program. We've also partnered closely with Microsoft on solutions for our manufacturing plants. Currently, we have over 3,000 machines, robots, and autonomous transport systems connected to the BMW Group IoT platform, which is built on Microsoft's Azure infrastructure, IoT, and AI capabilities. Today, I want to share more about the Open Mobility Cloud, the OMC. The Open Mobility Cloud is an intelligent, continuous learning platform built on Azure to meld context, environment, touch points, and services in the right mix at the right time to address customers' individual mobility needs. It's open to integrate any device or partner service that adds value to BMW customers, and focused on mobility to seamlessly integrate vehicle into daily digital life. The platform is based upon state-of-the-art cloud technology to work on the background on behalf of BMW consumers to deliver contextual, personalized services just as the needs arise. The platform offers far-reaching capabilities for machine learning and data analysis. We use a broad range of Azure services, such as Azure Kubernetes, App Service, Azure Functions, Azure Cosmos DB, and more as the foundation of the Open Mobility Cloud. BMW and Microsoft also expanded our partnership recently to include conversation AI technologies. This allows BMW to provide experiences that go far beyond the car, but also span mobile and other conversational canvases, such as connected speakers and many others. The core of this new experience has been leveraging the Microsoft Bot framework. Combining this with the power of the cognitive services, such as the Language Understanding Service and the Virtual Assistant Solution Accelerator, we're able to bring new and delightful customer experiences that are highly personalized across all of those touch points. Using conversational AI is helping us drive new experiences, and in the combination with BMW OS 7 and a cloud-driven conversation engine, these use cases are limitless. The Keys capabilities empower our developer teams to unlock the potential and build best-in-class experiences for our customers. We look forward to the continued partnership with Microsoft, working together to bring great experiences and solutions to our customers. Now, enough of the slideware. Let me invite Adrian, who's our product owner at BMW, to show you a demo here at Build on the floor. Please take it away.
Thank you, Guy. So our teams at BMW and at Microsoft are partnering using Azure AI services like Bot Framework and Cognitive Services to build great personalized conversational experiences for our BMW drivers. And we will be putting these experiences into smartphones, into smart speakers, and of course cars. So let's check out some of the cool stuff the team has built.
So the first thing we want to show you is how we were able to make the assistant have the personality we wanted to have. Hey Joy, why is the sky blue?
Because a BMW just looks best underneath the blue sky.
Next, we wanted to show you how we were able to integrate the productivity skills powered by the Microsoft Graph. Hey Joy, what's on my schedule on Monday?
It looks like you have 2 events planned for Monday. The first event is with no attendees at 9 a.m. titled Build Keynote. The last event of Monday is at 12 p.m. with Megan Bowen and one more titled Build Expo Demos.
And lastly, we wanted to show you how we were able to develop a custom skill that is very specific to BMW. Hey Joy, why do you need service?
Your car needs service for oil. I am able to help you out. Do you want to book a service appointment at your preferred dealer?
Yeah, that would be great.
Your dealership offers multiple services for oil. The first suggestion is engine oil service. Do you want to select this service?
Yes, the first one is good.
Okay, I selected the service engine oil service. Do you have a specific day in mind?
Wednesday would be good.
All right, on Wednesday, May 8th. Can you specify the time of day, morning, afternoon, or evening that works best?
Let's do afternoon.
All right, I found 9 available slots. The first option is 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Do you want to select this appointment?
Yeah, I'll go with the 12 p.m.
Okay, I've booked the following services.
And these were just some of the interactions we were able to show you. Come see us on the show floor, and we'd love to show you more.
Cool. It's been great partnering with BMW and Guy and Adrian. And you can go actually on the expo floor and see that BMW X7 with that search and conversational experience all built in. It's an amazing car, great, amazing experience. As you saw in that BMW demo, artificial intelligence plays a central role now going forward in the experiences that run not just in the cloud, but also on the edge. And let's now talk about AI and building AI into your apps using Azure. Now you can infuse AI into your applications with Azure using pre-trained AI models that we've built and that can be easily customized with your data. You can also leverage and extend them with custom AI models using our Azure Machine Learning Service. Our Azure Cognitive Services provides a comprehensive set of pre-trained AI services. They can be accessed through a REST API or deployed in containers that live natively within your applications. And Azure is unique in providing you this ability to deploy our cognitive services using a container-based model into your application, into your own virtual network, into your completely isolated environment. And what's great about this is it gives you the flexibility to deploy them in the cloud or on premises or on the edge. And these AI services are built on breakthrough AI research in areas such as vision, speech, and language. Microsoft's invested in AI for many years and continues to demonstrate leadership across key AI categories. For example, we were the first to achieve human parity in conversational speech services. And today we're continuing to enhance our Azure Cognitive Services by introducing a number of great new capabilities. Our new decision service, for example, includes a new personalizer service that provides a reinforcement-based learning model recommendations engine that enables you to use AI to optimize business decisions and recommendations across your apps. In speech, we're introducing an advanced speech-to-text capability called conversation transcription that supports transcribing conversations in real time. We're also introducing 2 new vision services today. Our ink recognizer enables you as developers to now automatically detect and convert handwriting into text. And our new form recognizer service automates data entry by extracting text as well as key value pairs and tables from images of documents. In this example here, you can see a photo taken by a camera of a printed document that was on paper. Using the Azure Form Recognizer service, you can now automate interpreting the contents of the document and use our APIs to return a JSON response that contains the key value pairs that were extracted from the paper form. Now today we're also announcing the general availability of our Azure Cognitive Search service. Cognitive Search enables you to use both our pre-built AI Azure Cognitive Services as well as your own custom AI models and use it to basically search and build an immersive semantic search experience over your data. And this enables developers to build apps that can identify and discover information at scale, ranging from images to CAD files to videos. Now, in addition to using our pre-built Azure AI models, you can also then extend those pre-built models using our Azure Machine Learning Service and further build, train, and deploy custom machine learning models at scale. You can access Azure Machine Learning service from your favorite Python development environment, including Visual Studio Code, PyCharm, Azure Databricks notebooks, or Jupyter notebooks. And Azure Machine Learning enables you to use your framework of choice, whether it's TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Keras, or others, to train on massive managed GPU clusters running inside Azure. And today, we're releasing several new updates for our Azure Machine Learning Service. This includes an automated machine learning capability that enables a zero-code model creation experience. We're also releasing a new visual machine learning workspace that provides a drag-drop authoring environment, as well as a new machine learning Jupyter Notebooks support that supports a code-first model environment. We're also releasing today new capabilities that enable you to operationalize machine learning models at scale. Our new ML Ops capabilities simplifies the end-to-end life cycle of machine learning models. You can sort of think of this as DevOps for machine learning. It helps you automate all of the steps from model creation to testing to deployment and monitoring, all with Azure DevOps integration. And finally, Azure ML now provides high-speed inferencing from cloud to edge using hardware-accelerated models that run on FPGAs in Azure or on our Azure Stack or Azure Data Box Edge, as well as the ability to run accelerated ML models using both Intel and NVIDIA-based chips and processors. Now, an important part of AI is being able to use it everywhere, including on the edge. And again, as we've talked about throughout this keynote, Azure is really unique in that it allows you to build amazing hybrid applications with artificial intelligence and deploy them literally anywhere. Kroger is one of our Azure customers who built an amazing solution that integrates AI that runs literally on the edge inside their stores. And what we'd like to do is invite Jeff Holland, who's on the expo floor, to show off Kroger's solution. Let's flip to Jeff.
Hey everyone, so I'm back on the show floor and I want to show you an awesome solution that Kroger and Sunrise Technologies have built using Microsoft that solves a very real problem. So imagine I go into a grocery store just like this one. It's almost lunchtime, I'm feeling snacky, and what do I want? I want Frosted Flakes, but I come up to the shelf and it's empty. Now, this actually is not an uncommon problem. In fact, every year it's estimated that 8% of sales are lost just because shelves aren't properly stocked. And the real shame here is that very often the item's actually in the store. It's just in the back of the store. But retailers have a massive challenge keeping all of their products in stock, just given the volume of inventory that they carry. So let me show you now how Kroger is solving this using the intelligent edge. In the first part, I'm showing you now a camera feed of this aisle right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a different box of cereal. And as soon as I do, you'll notice that the camera has detected that there is now an out-of-stock area. It's drawn a nice little square where I took that last product. What's nice here is that actually based on the coordinates of the image where there's an out-of-stock item, it's smart enough to even know that it's this box of strawberry shredded wheat that's been taken. In fact, my team just got a notification on our Power app letting us know that we need to make sure that this product is back on the shelf and ready to go for the next customer. So let me show you now how Kroger was actually able to build this. In the first part, they needed to have eyes on all of their shelves. And what's nice here is that Kroger could actually use existing cameras that they had in their store to capture those images of the shelves. Now, as those images are coming in, they're able to run them through machine learning to be able to differentiate between a shelf that's stocked and a shelf that's empty. They use Azure AI services to do that. You've got a number of options here. Let me show you just a few. So to start with, you have cognitive services. These come out of the box, ready for you to go with things like vision, speech, and object recognition. You can even provide sample data to provide a more customized model for your solution. And as you need, you can then extend that model using things like the Azure ML service. Here, I can take advantage of the full power of the cloud, train a customized solution based on my data for my exact needs. What's nice here is the output of this solution is actually a Docker container. And I can use that container to now process these images and detect an empty shelf. But actually brings up a really interesting problem here. How do we go about taking all of the images that are being captured in our store and send them to that model that we just trained in the cloud? And if you think about Kroger, they have thousands of stores. Each of those stores has dozens of cameras, and every single camera is capturing high-definition video feed. That is terabytes of data every single second that would need to be sent over to the cloud and analyzed to help me solve my Frosted Flakes problem. Now, I don't want to have to deal with the bandwidth and the latency that much data would require, but I also might have some security concerns having images from all of my stores being sent over the internet. And what's amazing here is that Kroger is actually doing all of this analysis directly in the retail store. That's because they're taking advantage of Azure Data Box Edge. That single blade hardware device that you saw a few minutes ago, They took those Docker containers that they created in Azure, they've deployed them to the DataBox Edge. It can take advantage of things like hardware FPGAs for rapid real-time inferencing. And what's nice here is that not only can I take my machine learning models and run them on the DataBox Edge, I could take my Azure functions, containerize my business logic, and run them on the DataBox Edge as well. All of that compute and processing happening very close to the data. Now, even though I'm making this a hybrid solution now and running pieces on premises, I'm still able to take advantage of the same rich tools. So here I'm showing the Azure portal again, and this is Azure IoT Hub. This gives me a single spot to manage, maintain, and deploy across all of my IoT devices, including my edge devices like the DataBox Edge. So here I could take my machine learning models, my Azure functions, and all within Azure, deploy them to run here on the store. What's nice is I don't even need a solution as powerful as the DataBox Edge to start using the intelligent edge. In fact, I could take machine learning models, I could take those Azure functions, that business logic, use Azure IoT Edge to deploy them onto a device as simple as this Azure AI Custom Vision Dev Kit. Here, all of the compute, all of the processing could all be running locally on this machine, potentially even in a disconnected state, making those rapid and real-time decisions and powering my solutions. So hopefully this has given you an idea of the types of solutions that you can start to build for your customers and for your businesses when you're able to take advantage of the power of devices, intelligence, and the power of the cloud. But only Microsoft Azure lets you run these rich hybrid applications, use the same tools and technologies, but run your intelligent apps exactly where it makes the most sense. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks, Jeff. You know, this pattern of using AI on the edge and in the cloud is not unique to retailers. You can use the same approach to solve a broad range of challenges, even inside a hospital operating room. Let's look at how Olympus leverages Azure to improve processes inside hospitals.
Olympus is really about solving problems in healthcare.
We see our role as to empower the staff. Let's help them do their job more efficiently and more effectively. The operating room is the most complex area within the hospital. It's amazing, everything that needs to be coordinated for a surgery to happen effectively.
One of the big problems in healthcare is the operating room and the turnover time. We have all these cameras in the operating room that we've already installed. The cameras are really there to help the staff understand room state. Today it's a manual process. We can leverage that infrastructure and we can use AI to analyze the video in real time. We have lots of data that you can't necessarily send up to the cloud and process it and send it back. It just won't give you the performance in the application that you need. The on-premise nature of the DataBox Edge and the Intel-based FPGAs make it really seamless for us to be able to integrate that device into part of our application.
DataBox Edge in Azure gives us the ability to interpret this video in near real time and gain insights. If I know when the room is prepped and ready for surgery, I can let the doctor know that, and we can be a little bit more efficient about getting the doctor to the operating room on time.
It's about automating processes. We're just scratching the surface with this particular technology and the AI that it can bring, and we're just super excited to see what problems we can solve with DataBox Edge and Azure.
Now, the foundation of AI is data and analytics. Let's transition now to talk about this. Now, Azure offers a flexible choice of operational data services. Our Azure SQL Database, Postgres, MySQL, Redis, and Cosmos DB services are all databases provided as a service, which means we provide them as a database service with a built-in SLA. This enables you to be more productive and build applications faster, while still preserving the flexibility to use your favorite database of choice. Now, as data continues to grow at exponential rates, you need a cloud solution that is able to scale accordingly. And with this in mind, we're now adding hyperscale capabilities to all of our Azure operational data services. These new hyperscale additions of our relational database services enable you to dynamically scale out your memory, storage, and compute of your databases. And you can even scale them out independently. You can now scale out, for example, your databases from a few gigabytes in size to be hundreds of terabytes. And you can scale from supporting just a few hundred transactions per second to supporting millions. And best of all, Azure gives you the flexibility of choice to have this capability work regardless of whether you're using SQL Database, Postgres, or MySQL. Today, I'm pleased to announce the general availability of our Azure SQL Database Hyperscale Edition. With Azure SQL DB Hyperscale, we fundamentally re-architected the SQL Server storage engine to enable storage to grow to any size. And it's 100% compatible with all your existing SQL Server applications and code. Today, I'm also pleased to announce the public preview of our Hyperscale edition of our Azure database for PostgreSQL. Postgres has historically had the challenge of only running compute queries on a single database node. And our Hyperscale edition now enables you to seamlessly scale out the compute of Postgres to run across any number of nodes, giving you literally infinite query capability. And it's compatible with all the latest versions of Postgres, enables you to use all the latest Postgres libraries, code, and tools. Now, earlier in the keynote, I talked about serverless compute services and some of the great things that Azure provides in the compute space to enable a serverless model. Today, I'm also excited to announce that we're introducing new serverless pricing options to our database services as well. Our new Azure serverless database pricing option now enables you to scale databases on demand and pay for performance on a per-second basis. The new serverless pricing tier, for example, for SQL databases, which is now available today, is perfect for databases with intermittent, unpredictable usage. The new tier automatically scales compute for single databases based on workload demand and can pause during periods of inactivity. SQL database is also cost efficient. It bills you for compute usage by the second, so you only pay for the resources that you ultimately use. Now, SQL Server runs everywhere. You can use it in Azure as a service, run it in a VM, or on bare metal on premises, as well as in a VM inside other cloud environments. Today, though, we're excited to announce even further work that we're doing to optimize SQL Server to run on very small edge devices, like some of the ones that Natalia showed you in that floor demo earlier. Azure SQL Database Edge is a small footprint database engine that runs on both Intel and ARM processors and works with both Windows and Linux operating systems. It comes with built-in AI support that's optimized for the intelligent edge and supports both data streaming, graph, and time series scenarios. It uses the same underlying SQL engine that you know and love from SQL Server and Azure SQL Database. And this new SQL Database Edge, or SQL Database Edge capability further extends our overall hybrid capabilities that we have inside Azure. And so you can now literally across the full spectrum of capabilities enable you to use all of our services in a hybrid way. No other cloud vendor supports this type of hybrid richness. And what's great about Azure, of course, is that you can build these applications not just in a hybrid way, but in a way that you can run them and store the data at truly planet scale. With our Azure Cosmos DB, you have a horizontally scalable database that puts data everywhere that your users are. And Cosmos DB now supports multi-master write scenarios, so you can now automatically replicate data in real time to any Azure region around the world to give your users not just lightning fast performance access, but also the ability to read and write that data in real time. In fact, our Azure multi-master support in Cosmos DB allows all users around the world to both read and write data with single-digit millisecond latency guaranteed by SLA at the 99th percentile. No other database in the world delivers that type of capability and promise. Today, we're releasing several new capabilities with Cosmos DB. These include new built-in Spark analytics support that now enables you to build and manage operational analytics workloads that run in real time inside the database over globally distributed data. Cosmos DB also now supports an integrated Jupyter Notebook experience for all APIs, as well as the ability to operationalize ML models directly inside the database store. Coca-Cola is one of the great customers of Azure who's using Cosmos DB today to help run their operations at massive scale. Let's watch a video of them talking about their experience.
Coke is a brand, it's about inspiration that brings people together. It's uplifting and it's optimistic. We're in over 200 countries and we have over 1.9 billion serves of our products a day. Across our system, we have sales revenue, multiple currencies, multiple countries from multiple sources. And our challenge has always been to get insights up to speed. We're fully in with the move to cloud. The core part of that move is Cosmos DB.
Being a globally distributed company, we have petabytes of data that continues to grow.
We wanted to partner with somebody who has a battle-tested infrastructure as we're running mission-critical applications. That's what, quite frankly, led us to Microsoft. Being able to scale and have insights that are actually delivered within minutes is very, very important for us. We're very, very excited about Cosmos DB and the upcoming native Spark support.
The NSR program's brought our system together as we bring data from our franchise partners and the company together to better segment and better serve the needs of our consumer. It's delivered against that. It's delivered us the Cosmos DB technology that allows us to scale massively. I mean, this is the time that we can make a fundamental difference to our business, and I don't think it gets any better than that.
Hopefully we'll go back to the slides in a little bit backstage. Being able to combine and analyze data is critical for any organization. And Azure provides a rich set of data analytics services that makes it possible to ingest data from multiple sources, to transform and store it, and then query and access it at scale. Our SQL Data Warehouse service inside Azure provides a cloud-native data warehouse offering that enables you to store, query, and work with data at petabyte scale. Over the last year, we've made tremendous progress enhancing its performance, and it's now best in class on both raw performance metrics as well as price performance benchmarks. GigaOM, an independent research firm, recently released benchmarks that show that Azure SQL Data Warehouse outperforms Amazon Redshift in 86% of all TPCH benchmark queries. Azure SQL Data Warehouse also outperforms Google's BigQuery in 100% of those TPCH benchmark queries. Not only was SQL Data Warehouse faster, but it also significantly was more cost-effective from a price performance perspective. SQL Data Warehouse also consistently demonstrated better price performance compared with both Amazon and Google when measured using TPC DS benchmark queries as well. Now, in addition to providing core data analytics services inside Azure, we also provide a fantastic self-service BI solution with Power BI. Power BI supports both web users as well as has native iOS, Android, and Windows apps, and makes it really easy for any organization to really build and adopt a data-driven culture. Unilever is a great example of a customer who is using the combination of Azure and Power BI together to drive cross-functional insights across all of their departments. And they've consolidated all of their core internal data systems and other third-party data together into an Azure data lake and are democratizing access to the data at scale using SQL Data Warehouse and Power BI. And to show you how Power BI and Azure Data Warehouse can be used together to unlock amazing insights, I want to welcome Laura on stage to show you a great demo. Here's Laura.
Thanks, Scott. So Scott was just talking about the great capabilities with Power BI, Azure SQL Data Warehouse, and Azure Data Factory. Let me show you how you can pull these together and deliver business insights. To show you how this works, we have a Power BI dashboard that's showing the supply chain metrics for a global organization. You can see that we're focused on those shipments in the UK. On the bottom right, we've been watching a trend, and we've noticed that our shipment delays have been continuing to increase. We need some insight to understand what's causing this. In order to get insight, we need data. Azure Data Factory was born in the cloud for hybrid data integration. It supports all of my ETL and ELT activity. I can connect to data, cleanse and transform my data, and store those results in any destination. In order to understand my shipment delays, I've set up a data analytics pipeline in my Azure Data Factory, and I'm connecting to multiple sources of data. You can see I'm getting my shipments data from SQL Server. This is sitting in my data center. I'm ingesting suppliers' data from Dynamics 365 in the cloud. In fact, Azure Data Factory has more than 80 connectors, so I can connect all of my data on-prem and on any cloud in just a few clicks. Once I've connected my data, I'm going to cleanse and transform the data so it makes sense. And I'll use my data flow activity. When I click into my data flow activity, I have an intuitive visual environment to define my data transformations. Here, I've set up a join between two tables, and down below, Azure Data Factory guides my join definition with visual references and cues. In fact, Azure Data Factory, I can define the most complex data transformations with ease in this no-code, web-based environment. Once I've defined my data transformations, I'm going to store my results in Azure SQL Data Warehouse. What's most impressive about my data flow is that this is fully managed. Azure Data Factory manages all the compute resources for me. And behind the scenes, these transformations will execute in a managed Spark environment. With all of my data now flowing into Azure SQL Data Warehouse, let's have a look at this service. This is a cloud-native data warehouse service, and it's enterprise-ready, with features like auditing, threat detection, transparent data encryption, row-level security, and it's all built in a compute environment that I can scale up and down to meet my most demanding performance requirements. I've already stored multiple years of historical data into my Azure SQL Data Warehouse. So let's go to Power BI Desktop and analyze this data. I've connected Power BI Desktop over to my Azure SQL Data Warehouse. And on the far right, I have access to all of my entities. And I can easily connect my data to powerful visualizations. Let's have a quick look at our order detail data. And as we click in, you could see that we have over 6 trillion rows of order history. This data warehouse is scaled up to over a petabyte of data. Let's explore this detailed data a little further. And let's look at our order history. And I'd like to understand order history by date, by product division, and let's focus just on those shipments that were delayed. I'm doing interactive analytics on over 6 trillion rows of data, and the response is lightning fast. With Power BI and Azure SQL Data Warehouse, you have the power of the cloud to unlock these massive data sets for all of your users. With our data consolidated on Azure SQL Data Warehouse, let's go back to our dashboard and see how anyone can add intelligence with new visualizations. In order to understand those shipment delays, I'm going to use the new Key Influencers visualization. This is the first AI visualization in Power BI, and it works by running machine learning on top of the data that it's bound to. I start by telling Power BI that I'd like to analyze my shipment delays. Next, I need to give Power BI some factors to explore. So let's see if that product division has any bearing on our shipment delays. What just happened is Power BI created and trained a regression model behind the scenes. And it's now telling me that I should pay special attention to the beauty and personal care division. This has a much higher than average percent of shipment delays. But we're not done. Let's keep giving Power BI some additional factors to explore. And as I add more fields and more values into my regression model, the model is updated and a new list of influencers is returned. I'm going to publish this to the web. And now, when my users interact with my dashboard, they're interacting with 6 trillion rows of detailed data. And they can filter on any field within my dashboard, and the list of key influencers is updated, giving them new insight. With Power BI and Azure, you have cloud scale and you have cloud intelligence to support all of your analytics. Thank you.
Thanks, Lara. Thank you, Laura. You know, one of the things that was so powerful about that demo was the way that Laura was able to use the combination of the Azure Analytics services together with Power BI to deliver real-time insights in a much faster way. And this ability to take a very powerful cloud platform like Azure and then extend it with a higher level SaaS offering like Power BI enables tremendous productivity and business agility. We're doing something very similar in the application development space. You know, as you know, and we've shown throughout the keynote, Azure provides a rich set of developer services that you can use to write code in any language to build APIs and back-end functionality. But you can also now use our higher level Power Apps offering to rapidly build web and mobile front ends that work against those Azure-based services and APIs that you expose. Power Apps is our low-code application development environment, and like Power BI, is really designed to enable even non-developers to build web and mobile experiences that work across any device quickly and easily. And with our Microsoft Flow offering, we provide a powerful, reliable workflow engine that enables you to automate business processes and call into any Azure service or custom API that you build and expose. And Flow is built on the same workflow engine that we provide with our Azure Logic Apps service, and is designed to enable any user, including business analysts and end users, to quickly automate solutions. Virgin Atlantic is a great example of a customer that's using the combination of the enterprise-grade solutions that we provide across Azure, together with Power BI, Power Apps, and Flow. Let's watch a video of them talking about what they're doing and how they're doing it.
My name is Manuela Pichler. I develop Power Apps. I help other people develop Power Apps, and I help IT manage what's being created. A lot of our workforce isn't based in the office. They're mobile and they need the data they require at the time they need it without going back to an office to check the information on a desktop. One that made kind of the most impact, it's an app to complete safety and compliance checklists. You just go through a couple of questions, make sure that people are wearing the safety footwear, the high-vis jackets, equipment is stored in the correct places. It allows the team to see trends, see improvements, highlight areas that have been done really well. It was a great example of working well together with the engineering team.
I'm Nick Whitaker, Head of Platform Engineering and DevOps at Virgin Atlantic. Microsoft is a key partner for us in trying to get us towards more agility, more DevOps ways of working. We are using Azure DevOps as the key spine to our delivery pipeline.
Our data and insights platform is being built out within Azure using a multiplicity of components available through Azure, such as Azure Data Warehouse, Data Factory, Databricks, Cosmos DB, and SQL databases. Using the Power Platform has allowed our business users to rapidly deploy lightweight front-end solutions that are well-governed, well-defined, heavy-lifting building blocks for solutions that are based into the Azure cloud. This strategy allows us to free up our in-house developers to focus on high-value pieces of work.
Traditionally, mobile software development is pricey and lengthy and requires a very specific set of skills. It's just never been this easy and this quick to create applications.
So the combination of Azure with the Microsoft Power Platform we think is incredibly unique, and it really enables developers to focus on the high-value tasks and helps accelerate the delivery of your overall cloud-based solutions. To show off the power of the Power Platform and Azure working together, I'd like to invite Charles Lamanna on stage to show our final demo. Here's Charles.
Thank you, Scott. For this next demo, it's going to be another great example of how our customer combines the Power Platform with Azure to transform their business processes. In the case of Autoglass, also known as SafeLight, they send out field agents to go repair windshields at lots of commercial locations, like car dealerships, rental car companies, police departments. In the past, that was a highly manual, highly ad hoc process with walkie-talkies and phone calls to go actually get those windshields replaced. However, Martin Lee from Autoglass built a Power App backed by Azure services to completely transform this process. So we can see here on the mobile device, I can see all the locations where I'm supposed to go and inspect windshields as a field agent. When I click through to a particular location, I can use the Azure Vision API to look up the car based on the license plate. I really like this license plate. Let's go take a picture of that real quick. And I can then drill in and see all the details about the car, right available on my phone, pulling from backend systems in Azure. And in this case, I can say there is damage, I need to order a replacement, and maybe I want to go look up the RJIC number, which is the SKU for the particular windshield to be replaced on the car. And when I do that, I also use the same camera to maybe even go check to see if it fits on this particular car. And voila, I can go confirm a windshield replacement. And what used to take 20 minutes can now take under 5 minutes, and that saved over $1.5 million in the first year for Autoglass. But let's see how Martin actually built this Power App. We can see here now on the computer that we have Power Apps Studio. It's modeled just like PowerPoint and Excel, a very easy visual experience to go build applications. The same application that I was just using on the actual mobile app is visible in the browser. I can see it in real time without building, without compiling, without having to do anything like that. And I can just click through and run it in real time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuild that last screen, which lists all the different windshields available to the field agent. And the way I'm going to do that is by dropping on a gallery, which is just a simple collection of different items. Say, go resize this in real time. You can see just how it's drag and drop very easy. I'll choose a layout where I want to actually get the images that are coming back for the windshields. And to do that, I want to pull it from a back-end system. And in this case, I can choose from a bunch of different data sources available inside of the Power Platform. There's over 250 different connectors to SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, you name it, it's probably there on-premise and in the cloud. And for this audience, most relevant is there's over 35 different Azure services available out of the box inside of Power Apps for your web or mobile application. In this case, I already set up an Azure SQL database just to go pull down the images. And I can say, come over here and write in windshield image. And we can see that I get nice autocomplete right inside of the Power Apps Studio as well. And now that I have that list, maybe I want to go add some more advanced, highly interactive experiences. I can come over here and say, just drop on an image. And what I want this image to be is, I want to take it from the gallery, and I want to actually use the image. And you can kind of see there I am inside the windshield, nice and easily dropped onside that mobile application. And I can keep adding more and more advanced capabilities. Maybe I want to go drop on a text input, so I can do something like when I actually do the repair, I can highlight where the cracks are and record that for the future. So you can quickly see how you can use rich device capabilities and those Azure services on this mobile application. But when the going gets tough, maybe I want to go to Azure and write a whole bunch of C# code. And in this case, they wanted to go do a call out to look up whether or not a particular windshield was available in the inventory, in the truck, in the warehouse, or it had to be ordered. And you can only go do that by writing code inside of Azure Functions. So when I switch back over here, I can see inside the data sources, windshield availability, right here, this row, that's that same Azure function. I can very easily call it just like any other service inside of my Power App. And to do that, I'll switch over here to a particular item in this gallery, and on select, I want to go take an action. So what I'm going to do is when I select one of these items, I'm going to set a variable called object number availability, and I'm going to do that by calling that function I just defined. And we can see how all the formulas just get completed right inside the browser very easily. And I can say, do this item.name, which is a selected item, and I want to go take the availability description. So just rapidly able to go pull down that Azure logic and Azure services right inside of my Power App. And now that I have this variable set, I can make it look real by pasting in that variable inside the text for this particular label. And then as I go click the items in the gallery, we can see that there are 5 expected to be delivered on May 12th, or maybe there's 9 available in the warehouse, or 2 are expected on May 9th. So we can see how all of that logic running inside of Azure is pulled down right inside of this mobile device in a fully integrated environment. In addition to Power Apps and Power BI, another core element of the Power Platform is Microsoft Flow. So here we can see the same type of low-code visual designer for Microsoft Flow to go define the different steps that I want to respond to when an inspection is completed. So when an inspection completes, I'm going to go to Azure SQL and look up the customer notification preferences, whether or not they want me to email them or do something else. Based on those preferences, I can do a simple logic check. Say I can send the email with all the rich context, each of these items being the context from previous steps in the flow. And if not, maybe I go send a message to an Azure Service Bus to go trigger someone calling the customer or sending them a fax or however they want to be notified outside of email. And once I've gone and done that notification, I can then go and post a message to Microsoft Teams, because this is where all of my field agents collaborate and communicate, and they can now know as each inspection is completed in the respective region. And One of the core elements across all the Power Platform is those connectors. Just like we saw in Power Apps, there's over 250 data sources, the same 250 data sources available right inside of Microsoft Flow, making it easy to connect to all your existing data and logic or to create new logic inside of Azure. So altogether, between Power Apps, Microsoft Flow, and Power BI, the Power Platform is an incredible tool to have available for you if you're an Azure developer. So I'd recommend taking the time to check it out. Thank you.
Thanks, Ross. So we've covered a lot of territory in this keynote and announced a lot of new services. As you've seen, Azure provides a truly unique set of capabilities that enable you to build the next generation of applications. And no other cloud offers the comprehensive hybrid and edge support that we now deliver. And we're incredibly excited to talk more with you this week at Build about all these great new capabilities. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the amazing applications that I know you're going to create with them. Thanks so much and have a great rest of Build.